around this glorious city of ours. So
The one
I'll
that
be
has the
making,
notorious reputation for being so violent.
yeah, that one. Yeah. So I'm gonna be riding a few places today. Like I said, I start off in Hyde Park. I just rode through Bronzeville. Uh, right now I'm coming through Bridgeview. Then I'll make a stop in at Sherman Park, which is in the back of the yards neighborhood. Then a stop in Ogden Park, which is in Inglewood. So you guys can see the glorious city. I know we like to talk Chicago so much. So, granted, I'm not riding around and riding my bike at 11 o'clock at night or shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Yeah, and that's what it is, right?
right. They make it seem like Chicago's a war zone. But yeah, so here we go. How's your weekend? How was your week?
Oh man, it's been busy for me, man. Yesterday I went to the Chosen Few DJs picnic.
Oh, you was in the city?
Yeah.
Oh, Spaces, you ain't say shit, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. No, man, I was at work anyway, but damn. I
Yeah,
wasn't.
I was
It was
up.
packed, right?
It was packed, and it was packed, and it was lit, bro. I liked it.
I'm sure you did, man. Yeah, that shit busting. That's down the street from the
I
crib.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too far from there. So,
I I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to go. I told someone like 2 or 3 months ago that something like that, or maybe at the beginning of the year, or something like that, that I would go,
yeah.
and I was like, gotta stick to my word.
Jazzy Jeff do his thing?
You know what's
Did he come?
crazy?
Yeah.
By the time Jazzy Jeff got up, the people I was with, we were already tired. So like we
Okay.
went back to our tent, like, and we were eating and talking and stuff. So it was like music in the background when he went up.
So y'all got there early? What time you get there?
12. Yeah. Well, I got there at 12, and some people that I was already there with, they got there at 9 or 10 because they wanted
Yeah.
to make sure they get there early and got a spot for the tent and all that.
hmm
Yeah, man, it was dope. I could potentially see myself going back next year.
Yeah, I've never been. I just always said the noise.
Man,
I
man,
just,
I always tell myself to that degree. I always tell myself I'm going to go to either ASIN or like is Anime Central
yeah.
or Comic Con. I tell myself I'm gonna do that every year, and every year I forget.
And yeah, Comic Con seems like that's a pretty cool. Are you into like dressing up and shit?
I
Real nigga nerdy shit. Dressing up, taking pictures, dressing up as your favorite character from what's the game you used to play?
from
Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah, you dressing up as a Destiny character.
Um, no, I dress up. I wanted to get into dressing up.
Oh, okay, I was into that. Yeah.
I want to, but it's iffy, man. Just because that if you want to do it right and make it look good, it can very, very easily be expensive.
Yeah, I know a guy who works for the same company as me. And he goes to all these shits. He goes to the Comic Con. What's the other shit called? DreamCon. Goes to
Okay.
DreamCon, and even goes to the porn thing. Whatever that is.
Oh,
Exotica.
Exotica. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy ass do all that shit. Yeah, real freaky nigga. But yeah.
You gonna visit, or have you visited the? Well, I guess you got to get tickets, so probably not. But the Obama Library.
Yeah, no, I haven't been, man. I've only ridden my bike outside of it, take a look. But they kind of backed up in regards to that. And you probably won't be able to get tickets until like after the new year. At least I want. I'm not in a rush though. I mean, it's built, it's already there. I get in there when I get in there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you like it? Like, it's your first time like really seeing it up close?
You know what? I didn't even see it.
Oh, you didn't?
I saw this.
Because it's on the other side of the park. The Chosen Few is on the other side of the park.
It's.
I know it's in Jackson Park, but I was just kind of. Was it by like the golden statue?
I don't know.
It's all right. Don't even worry about it. While we on this podcast, I'll probably ride through there. Because I'm nice little bike ride for me. But yeah. Well, that's good, man. Chosen Few did you right, huh? You guys barbecued or y'all brought food? Or?
Brought food.
Okay.
Next time I might barbecue though, because that seemed like it was dope. People had some food out there. Like people had full on like barbecue pits, not just the typical grill that's like the with the blue top and you just flip. Nah, they had like full on grill setup.
Yeah, man, that's the thing right there. And then it's not too far from the Hyde Park High School.
Yeah,
I think next week they might be having their reunion, or it's coming up soon. But it's a huge turnout for that too. I mean, it's not like you have to have attended their school, but it's good way to socialize, I guess.
But I also saw the new Toy Story.
Okay, what number is this? I didn't even know they dropped. Like 5 or some shit.
Yeah.
Never ending the story here. All right, go ahead.
I think that was actually what they were trying to portray in the movie. It was just
toys live forever.
Well, I don't want to give away too much, but how toys are being forgotten.
Okay. That's something I thought about as a kid though. And I was watching my son. He was playing with his Hot Wheels. He still playing with his Hot Wheels. He's going to be 13 next week. And I just kind of remember myself. I played with my Hot Wheels all the way up until I was 15. And then one day, it could have been like Christmas or Christmas Eve. And I told myself, this is like my last time playing with my toys. And then I stopped, like fucking cold turkey. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, man. I'm going to see the new Spider-Man at some point. And I think that's it for movies that are out right now that I want to see.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, man, it's been a lot going on.
That's cool.
What's up, Desiree?
Desiree, what's happening?
Yeah, Desiree, we're early today. I got something to do after the pod. So I'm debating right now if we're gonna do the kick session where you just play the music and chill. Got to figure some more things out and we'll see. But Naps and Beauty, what's good?
Wow.
What's good?
What else? Yeah.
All right. All right, man. So I want to get into this first subject where it came across my docket. I actually wasn't going to talk about it, but we kind of it's been a rough week. Haven't been able to find a whole lot of different stuff. Usually we're backed up with things to talk about, but we talked about a lot last week, and this week was just been rough. But this came across my docket this morning as I was finding topics, right? So this guy that is
I'm listening. My bad.
So it says, what the heck? Fitness influencer seen attacking man with a weightlifting belt following confrontation at Miami gym. Pleads guilty to aggravated battery after judge rejects his self-defense claim. So the guy on the bottom right, I believe, is the guy that initiated this whole thing. And the guy on the bottom left is the recipient, I guess. So, initiate, what do you even call it? But so I'll just play this video and I'll read what it says on the side there. Oh, it's
2024.
So I came to the gym and they jumped me. Like two of the guys they're hitting me with a weight, and then he hit with a weighted belt.
Police say the man in the black shirt doing the punching is social media fitness influencer Wesley Watson.
Nothing matters but what we have to do today.
On social media, convicted felon Watson, or Wes, promotes himself as a motivational speaker. Now he has another conviction under his belt.
You would be sentenced to 21 months state prison with credit for all time served, which would be followed by 7 years of probation.
Last week, Watson pleaded guilty to the beating. Police say the victim, wearing a white tank top, confronted Wes.
They literally attacked me. They hit me first.
2 other guys?
I was like 3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4 of them?
Yeah.
The two argued, and after the victim pushed him, investigators say Watson responded by repeatedly striking him with a weightlifting belt.
If someone comes to attacks you when you're chilling, it's fight or flight. It's life or death.
Watson failed to prove the punching was in self-defense. Records show the victim suffered a face fracture, a concussion, and 2 black eyes. On top of prison, as part of the plea deal, Watson must go to counseling and avoid drugs and alcohol. Pulled to the ground and struck more than 20.
Okay, so what it says on the side here, I'll just read it. Neighbors. Oh, that's their community. Neighbors. Newly released surveillance video is shedding light on the gym assault involving fitness influencer Wes Watson. The footage obtained by NBC6 shows the December 24 incident inside a Miami gym. According to the police, the victim confronted Watson before pushing him. The victim confronted Watson, before pushing him. Watson then responded by repeatedly striking the man with a weightlifting belt. Police say Watson, along with several other men, then punched and kicked the victim multiple times while he was on the ground. Police body camera footage also shows the victim with a swollen face and blood on his tank top. He told officers, "I came to the gym and they jumped me. The two of the guys are hitting me with a weight, and then he hit me with a belt, a weighted belt." The victim suffered facial fracture, concussion, and 2 black eyes. Last week, Watson pleaded guilty to aggravated battery as a part of a plea deal after claiming he acted in self-defense. As a part of the agreement, he will serve prison time, undergo counseling, and must avoid drugs and alcohol. The victim is also pursuing a lawsuit against Watson and the gym, seeking more than $50,000 in damage. Okay, so just off the strength of that, so now the one piece of this, and maybe I can find the full-on story, or maybe a longer video. The black dude said that he came to the gym and they jumped him. He like the in between of what led up to this is missing.
Yeah.
So, from what I understood about the story, was this rooted from. I don't even want to misspeak. Nasty Beauty said roid rage. The weightlifting belts ain't no joke. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, it's tough to even ask a question, but I want to say the question I want to ask is: do you think? Okay, let's ask this. Do you think 21 months and 7 years of probation is an acceptable sentence for this?
Dude caught an ass. I mean, look, dude caught an ass whooping. I don't know exactly what I don't know exactly what led up to that. You see what I'm saying? Because if they're saying the victim confronted the person that did the assaulting,
Wes Watson, yeah.
Wes Watson, then I'm not really, not to say, somebody say something is justified. But that's the very least they said. But then the black guy, Wes Watson, he also says, well, he was jumped. You know, so I really don't know. I mean, it's 21 months. To me, it would just depends on what, you know, they were talking about, like, or, you know, what was the prior incident to this.
Right. That's the number one thing that is being left out of this, that I think is being left out on purpose.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you include that? Like, this is the news. Y'all know how to tell stories.
And not only that,
Somebody's coming.
No, just not only that, it's okay, he's a felon. So 21 months to me isn't a lot for a felon, regardless if, you know what I'm saying, but it's just not a lot. I'm not saying he deserved 21 months or he should have got some more months. What I'm saying is, it's like, if he's a felon, they would typically give a person like that more time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that the fact that he's previously been a felon they should have given him more time?
No, I'm not saying they should have. What I'm saying is, typically when you're a felon and you already had prior convictions, if you do anything like wrong, they kind of like magnify it. Like they'll you know, give you two, 3 times. They'll give you whatever the max penalty is for that. You see? So they'll say, well, he's violent or some shit like that. And then, you know, so let's say, you know, max time is 10 years for something like that. Instead of giving him the 21 months, he's a felon, boom, throw him back in jail for 10 years. He won't do the whole 10, of course. He won't do the whole 10, of course, but, you know, that's just kind of how the system works. So I'm kind of curious on, again, what's the backstory? What's the backdrop?
Okay, I found something. See if I can start this video. You know what? Let's do it this way. Okay. So this gives a little bit of more context. How did this situation start? Right. So this is what happened. Well, this is what this outlet is saying.
Aggravated battery and felony battery from a fight last December at an Elevation Fitness in Miami-Dade County. In this incident, arrest documents say Watson told responding officers he was working out when the victim approached him saying he wanted to fight. Documents say Watson was caught on CCTV beating the victim with his weightlifting belt. Watson is a convicted felon and also faces several separate criminal charges out of Broward County, including felony battery, aggravated assault, witness tampering, and accusations related to domestic violence involving his girlfriend. In Thursday's court appearance, Watson pleaded guilty to aggravated battery in that December gym incident. The state offered a sentence of 21 months, including time served, and 7 years probation and mental health treatment. Here's what his attorney had to say.
There's been a lot that's been argued in this case. We've done stand your ground. What this case really is about, and it's unique, is you have an alleged victim that sought somebody out because of his presence online. This guy bought a plane ticket or however he got here, came from New Jersey, showed up at the gym for the sole purpose of confronting Mr. Watson. It then turned into something else.
Watson must return to court on July 27th for his sentencing. 42-year-old Watson.
Okay, so there's some context for us.
Got a good old ass whooping with the belt. By the way, I'm at Sherman Park. You know what I mean? I'm at Sherman Park. Y'all do your homework on Sherman Park. Okay? I'm gonna keep riding.
But okay, do you think that's enough context for you to give a little bit more on what you think about the situation?
Hey man, that man is dedicated. He caught a flight and whooped dude ass. That's dedication, boy. It's not, hey, be careful who you offend.
And it's like the story, and I haven't yet heard any opposition to that, right?
Right.
The black dude sought out Wes because of his social media presence, is what they said. And he ended up losing. I don't get and this is why now the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, okay, maybe the fact that he didn't get so much of as bad of a sentence is because he pled guilty.
Right. Yeah, he took a plea. Yeah, so there, you can save money, in regards to like taking it to trial and shit.
Right. And then too, okay, now my question is, how is this not a self-defense issue?
Self-defense, what? Good question. And this is Florida, right?
Yeah, Miami-Dade.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good question, especially down in Florida. I mean, they killed people for less down there. Kill people for Skittles and M&M's. So I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Desiree said, Jay is better than me riding the bike and doing the podcast. I would pass out the second I went up a little hill.
I got to get it in today, man. I had some business to attend to earlier. So, but I got to get this ride in. It's Sunday, and it's like one of the only days I get off. So,
yeah, I don't see how this wouldn't be self-defense though. Maybe because the other guys were jumping in.
Yeah.
And why did they only show the video of when they started fighting, not what led up to it?
Right. Well, it's all the spin of narrative. To me, like, it's whatever gets the news, the most views or whatever. Like, everything is the spin of the narrative.
Okay, so what do you think the narrative will be in this case?
Crazed felon. Because I mean, they made sure to say that he was a felon, right? So, crazed felon goes, just basically another black and white thing, essentially. And given that they didn't say what led up to it, what was the prior confrontation prior to that? The confrontation prior to that, to me, it comes off as like a crazed, irrational nigga, running up on a random white dude and whooping his ass. Instead of saying, instead of saying like they got history.
Right.
History is the context,
Right. So you're saying there's multiple narratives that could be pushed with this, right? So it's like,
yeah,
the black man loses fight to white man, or black man seeking out fight with a white man, or the convicted felon, or Miami-Dade putting this out because they got another convicted felon put in jail.
Right.
Very interesting. Now I know when people start putting tattoos on their head,
they different. They different. And I think a step further than the head is the face to me. Because your hair could always grow back. Hopefully your hair could grow back. But when you start putting it on the face, you're super wild.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can see him. Like his face straight ahead. Because I don't recall seeing any on his face. Well, I guess it looks like on the side. Oh, let me pull it up for y'all. No. I would be curious to know what these tattoos mean as well.
Probably some gang shit.
Yeah, because like what is that on the side of his head? Let me see. I'm gonna look at that up.
But you're a felon, so it might be some prison tattoos.
Let me throw this in Chat GPT real quick. One on side of his face. All right, give it a second. Yeah, bro. I think Wes Watson had a history of domestic violence, and the fact that I'm torn on it. In one hand, it's like he has a history of domestic violence and violent issues, and me, I'm less patient with people who do violent crimes. But at the same time, he didn't initiate this.
Right.
He didn't start it.
Right.
So I don't know.
And that's probably why he didn't get as much time as, you think.
No, say that again.
I saying that's probably, given that he didn't initiate the fight, that's probably why he didn't get as much time people in that situation, if he were to initiate it, would get.
Oh, he got a teardrop. What? I didn't even see that. Oh yeah. Yeah, Wes is different. But he thought he was tough, ran up on Wes and got the smoke he came for.
Yeah, sure. I mean, man, shame on Florida though.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying, shame on Florida. If it's supposed to be a self-defense, typically a self-defense, and Buddy got his ass whooped, he got his ass whooped.
Right. If anything, the person that should have charges pressed on him is the black dude.
Yeah. He got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped.
Like, what the heck, man? It's all in reverse, bro. I don't know. But okay.
I think it's just I think we're in a time where they want that black and white tension again. Bringing back 2020.
I can't say I disagree, bro. I can't say I disagree. Because, or black versus white, or black people versus others. Because the Cyrus Carmack situation was with him and an Asian man.
Right. However, the judicial system and, just all around is going to be that falls under what we call white supremacy. It's basically, again, makes it seem like, white people or the system, if we don't want to use white people, the system is sticking it to black people again.
But in this case, the black man got off completely.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, again, they want racial tension.
Okay, got you. Racial tension. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. I agree. The racial tension, because it now more than ever do I think it's a matter of racial tension for racial distraction. Or not racial distraction, but distraction from more important things.
Yeah, Ogden Park, by the way. Do your homework on Ogden Park. Do your homework. Clearly I'm riding around the dangerous sections of the city. We get up out of here before they start shooting. But yeah.
All right. So thank you guys for kicking it with us. Share this with 2 people. Let them know that your favorite After Church podcast is live on the No Key Network. So this thing came out. I'm sure you at least heard about it. Came across our purview. It was initiated as a domestic violence issue. And I have a bunch of different questions, or at least 2 or 3 questions that I want to ask as we mine out this conversation. But specifically in the black community, we know about Big TIGGER, right? He was a host of The Basement that went on for a long time, and They would do, you know, rap in the basement, and he would do interviews and all that stuff.
Right.
Just thought about something, but this video, a case about a domestic violence issue came out about him, and naturally, people's minds went to the idea of who he put his hands on, who he put his hands on, and all that stuff. But come to find out, this is the video that was centered around the whole domestic violence claim.
Tigger, get off my phone. Do you not see Autumn crying? Bro, why don't you
I'm not doing that.
Yes, you do. You know. You're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want to go. My phone.
If I was anybody else.
Newly surfaced footage appears to show media personality Big Tigger in a tense confrontation with his wife, Alicia Brown, during what seems to be a disagreement over his phone. In the video, Big Tigger can be seen attempting to retrieve his phone from Alicia's hands as the situation becomes increasingly tense as they continue to argue about it. This new footage comes shortly after his wife accused him of laying his hands on her during a dispute after she caught him having a secret affair with his coworker and radio host, Amaker. Alicia claims their relationship went far beyond that of normal coworkers, and that their text messages included the two of them saying, "I miss you."
Woo. Steamy.
You said steamy?
Yeah.
So, first question to start it off is, what do you think about that? I'm going to play another, a little bit longer video about that. But what do you think about that particular situation in general? All thoughts.
General thought. I thought it was entertaining. You know, from what I hear, you know, it took me out when what was that person in the background? Like a gay friend or something? What was that?
I want to say a son.
I'm supposed to say Mr. Tigger. Mr. Tigger, stop. Hilarious. But yeah, I mean, initially when it first, before the video surfaced, it was just her talking and her face all bruised up on some dumb shit. I'm like, damn, you know, Tigger, he never struck me as the type to whip nobody ass. I mean, I don't know him personally. He just looked like a kind of soft dude, no disrespect. But he looked kind of soft. So when I seen that, I'm like, damn, Tigger then toughened up. And then when the video come out, you know, they're like, oh, well, he was suplexing the chick and body slamming her. And I see the video. I'm like, where is all this everybody's talking about? This is the video that caused her. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I already knew she was kind of like lying. And from what I heard, it was just he has a history of this, just lying and getting dudes put in jail. So he should have did his homework on that one.
Okay, let me make sure I look at this right, because Alicia Brown. Okay, that's what I was wanting to talk about. Okay, so yeah, what the more I hear about these things, the more I hear about, you know, in particular domestic violence cases, and if a man is involved, the more I'm starting to, more now than ever, I'm just starting to say, wait until the evidence comes out. Wait until the evidence comes out, because it's somebody's gonna, in most cases, somebody's gonna have a video. Or somebody's going to have a testimony, unless they were completely by themselves in a room somewhere. Somebody's going to have some evidence to see what happens.
Right.
And that brings me to one of my questions. What is it starting to be the boy who cried wolf about these domestic violence cases?
Yeah, I think so to a degree. That's to a degree. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think proper investigation needs to be done first on everything before, not just domestic violence, just everything. You know, especially something like this where it looks like did TIGGER resign from his job? You know?
You talking about the basement?
No, because he was like a radio host, I think.
Oh, right,
down
right.
in Atlanta.
I'm like, wait a minute, the basement is still on?
No, but I think he may have resigned from his job. And to me, you know, you jeopardizing people's jobs by just going public with stuff like this and not being accurate. You know.
Right. And I think, let me see. It says, oh yeah, he resigned. Atlanta radio personality Big Tigger announced he is stepping away from the Big Tigger morning show on V103. He made the decision to focus on his family and give his legal team space to work following his June arrest on charges of aggravated battery and third-degree cruelty to children. He has unequivocally denied the allegations.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not sure how accurate this is, but isn't she arrested?
Let's see.
I thought maybe I still be wrong, but I thought she got arrested for, you know, I heard her child disappeared like 8 years ago.
Oh, are you talking? Okay, previously, yes.
Okay.
But as it relates to, when you say is she arrested? Is she as it relates to this situation?
Yeah, I thought she got arrested recently, not for that situation, but recently in regards to child endangerment herself.
So let's see. I'm going to pull this up on the screen. I just typed in Alicia Brown, Big Tigger wife history. The recent history surrounding Alicia Brown, estranged wife of Atlanta radio TV personality Big Tigger, involves a highly publicized legal controversy, including domestic dispute allegations in her July 2026 arrest on kidnapping related warrants. That's just last July 2026. Domestic dispute and defamation lawsuits, assault allegation. In May 2026, police investigated a domestic dispute involving Alicia Brown and Big Tigger at their Atlanta home. Arrest. Tigger was subsequent. Oh, so this is about him. I want to know about her. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Kidnapping and custody charge. On July 6, 2026, the Hart County Sheriff's Office in Georgia executed a felony traffic stop on I-85, taking Brown into custody. She was wanted in Maryland, wanted on Maryland kidnapping-related warrants and Georgia felony charges for interference with child custody. Wow.
Yeah. We should have searched that bitch up on Been Verified or White Pages or some shit. TruePeopleSearch.com. Maybe we get sponsored by them. Like, guys, Ziggy, where you finding this?
Missing child case. The Maryland charges stem from the 2019 disappearance of her then 10-year-old daughter, Aaliyah Brown, which occurred after the child's father was granted full legal. Wow. Wow.
Oh,
if I can't have her, nobody can have her, huh? Sheesh, man. I just wonder why at this point, or maybe it's changing. Maybe you've heard something different. Why at this point in time is the whole idea of domestic violence just centered around men?
I feel like domestic violence always has been centered around men.
Right. And why do you think that is? You think it's because in history that's just what's been proliferated?
I think in history that's what it was. I'm not going to sit here here and act like, some men, or maybe, I'm not sure of the numbers, but I'm not gonna act like that men didn't take advantage of women at the time. Absolutely. They did. It was, and I think they're still perpetuating that narrative today. And however, there's so many laws and stuff against that. And some of these men and even young boys and teens are getting caught up in it.
Mao, what's good, man?
What's happening, fellas, man? How y'all doing this day?
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Chilling, talking about this big Tigger, air quotes, domestic violence case. You heard about it?
Yes. There's a lot of still missing pieces to that.
Right.
Very much so. A lot of missing pieces, because how it all came to the forefront, I don't know if you guys know, I don't know if y'all talked about this, but she put a picture of something up with her face bruise, talking about ask my husband how this happened. Then come back after that, after people start talking about it, she come back and say, oh, I need some privacy, let us work this out, or some in them particulars. I'm not saying our words verbatim, but it was something it was all summing up to like, hey, let us handle this, y'all mind y'all business. I want to say what I want to say, but I'm trying to stop cursing. But you put this on the internet. Nobody would never knew this was going on until you put it on the internet.
All right.
So, but hey, I try to stay out of marriage folks' business, man.
And that's part of the reason why I was hesitant to talk about it, because even though it is on the internet, it is married folks' business. On the other hand, it's like, I think this warrants conversation, because the conversation, the question that I'm coming up with, like the question, like, okay, is the whole domestic, I asked this earlier, I don't know if you heard it, but is the whole domestic violence conversation and all the calls, is that starting to become a boy who cried wolf kind of situation?
I would say yes. I would say yes and no. And I would say yes is because every false allegation that comes up, everyone that a woman is getting her ass whooped is like, it's like, do we really believe it? Because we had all these false allegations. Now we got the question you. So I think it just need to be like, when they find out that you're lying and you said this shit just because you think you're a woman, you can get away with it, you go to jail. Straight up. You need to go to jail. You need to go straight to jail. Because you mess with, like I heard you every day say it too, you mess with somebody's livelihood. Now, Tigger gone from his radio station and all this other stuff. So when all this come out, is he going to get public apologies? Is he going to get back pay? Is the public scrutiny going to go away? Is all this stuff going to he still got all this on his name. It don't matter about if he proved himself innocent. It's still the damage has been done.
Desiree said, hold on, I got you, Desiree. Hold on, I got you real quick. Hold on. Wait a second. Where'd it go? I just had it up. Oh man, I lost it. Oh, here it is. All right, and turn the sound on. Here you go, Desiree. This is for you.
Mr.
Mr. Tigger. That shit is amazing.
Desiree said, man, his wife is bat-ish crazy. She has a whole missing child for years. Yeah. I feel bad for Tigger because all the years he worked hard and now his career is ruined. His wife is evil and is known for that.
Hey, and
she
guess
left
what?
her.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you was finished. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll read it after you're done.
Oh, no, and I'll first say, and the bad part about it is, I don't even really blame her. I blame my team around her, the stupid motherfucker that's recording, talking about Mr. Tigger. You see this shit as some bullshit, and you study recording it and put it out there, and you condoning this bullshit. Now that's condoning. Right there. That's condoning.
Mr.
Tigger! She left her child in the car for 8 hours while she was at our casino in Baltimore.
Yeah, I thought she was from Baltimore, shit like that.
I will never forget watching that on the news in real time. They still don't know where Aaliyah is to this day. No justice for that baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I also got to put some of that blame on Tigger. Huh? I put some of that on Tigger, man. Where you find this bitch at, man? Fuck how good she was looking. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Where you find that bitch at, man? Fuck that.
Didn't BBD tell us this long time ago? Big butt and a smile. That girl's poison.
Right.
They told us about this long time ago. Motherfuckers started going after fat asses just because she got a big butt and a smile, and you not doing your due diligence, and you letting a motherfucker get away with shit.
Yeah. And then you married the bitch.
That's the crazy part.
And I'm talking about a bitch on purpose. I'm doing it on purpose just for the fact that you had a child out here in the car and now your child missing. That's negligent as hell. You about here something to do with it.
And ain't nobody question her. She ain't like what's going on?
Yeah, what happened with the rest of that, Desiree? Like, did she go to jail? If not, man, shame on Maryland. God damn it. Baltimore, whoever ahead of that. Shame on that, man.
Okay, it says, I'm going to pull it up on the screen. It says the AI overview. The incident you're referring to happened on New Year's Eve in 2013 when Alicia Denise Brown, 24 years at the time, left her 4-year-old daughter unattended in a casino parking garage in Maryland for about 8 hours while she gambled inside.
How you in the casino for 8 hours? You was doing dicks. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't. You guys ever gamble? Gamble a little bit?
Not me. No, I'm cool.
No.
Well, I don't gamble like that, but I go to the casino or whatever. And nobody's in there for 8 hours, bro. You done blew through your money by that time. Whatever it is you came with. Unless you were a real high roller type. Now maybe in Vegas you might be in there for 8 hours, and even then I couldn't see that. And you just in some random casino in Baltimore or Maryland, fuck out of here.
So it says Brown initially lied to police claiming a cousin was watching the girl, but later recanted, just like she did with the big ticker thing. After security footage showed she was the only person with the child. She pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment and served 5 days in jail.
Scumbag.
While being placed on probation and banned from entering gaming facilities.
Oh, scumbag. That's a scumbag right there. I tell you bogus, boy. All you had to do is throw that bitch name in the Google and it come up. You don't gotta even go on Ben Verified or nothing. Just Google.
So it doesn't look like there's anything about like what happened as it relates to her and the missing child, which I don't think is the same one that she left in the car.
She clearly has problems with taking care of a kid.
Oh, bro. Yeah, man. It's crazy. And now here's a question. I don't know. I don't think there's an actual answer, but why wasn't the person behind the camera, which I assume is a younger boy, like a teenage boy, sounds like he's maybe 14, 15. Why didn't he say, "Mom, give him the phone," or just give him the phone?
I mean, if that was a boy, he already sounded emasculated enough. If that was a boy, you know what I mean? But the motherfucker got like one of these gender neutral names like Alex. I don't know what that is.
Oh. Oh yeah, okay, got it. Ma, what you think? Why don't you think he I'm assuming it's a boy. He said just give him the person said give him the phone. Just give him the phone.
You think why did he say that?
Why didn't he?
Because he's on his mother's side. If that's a kid or whatever, that's on their side. So we're gonna try to make her look good. It's no matter what you're doing, recording, whatever. You're on her side regardless of whatever you say. You're on her side.
Fair enough. That's exactly my thought, my line of thinking. It's like,
So is that his mama?
Oh, I'm assuming.
Allegedly.
Okay, because if that's Tigger's son or some shit, like we gonna have to whoop his ass.
You call him Mr. Tigger?
Hey, guess what? Hey, I know we're gonna play some hypothetical. This is a serious situation, right? But what if that's the little girl that's been missing all this time?
Hey.
Turn boy. It's crazy work. It's crazy.
That'd be a crazy what if.
Yeah.
Sheesh, that'd be crazy. Nasty Beauty said she was working that carpet.
Yeah, she was. That's a hoe. This was hoeing. That's all that was. You in the U24. You ain't got 8 hours worth of dollars to go in there and start gambling. He was a hoe. They didn't say you worked there. I mean, you worked there, but you didn't work there. It's like you was
right on unofficial business.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta listen to that whole lingo, man. That's whole lingo, man. That's all that is, man.
So this is I'll play this last thing and then we'll go on to the next thing. Naturally, parody videos came out all about this. So this is one that always popping up on my timeline.
Let me go. Just let her have a phone. Get you a new phone. Mr. Tigger. Mr. Tigger. You jumping on Mr. Tigger. She ain't even do nothing. Say excuse me. That wasn't even me, bro. Mr. Tigger. You gotta be quicker than that, Mr. Tigger. Oh, you keep, oh, damn. Oh, Mr. Tigger. Oh, Mr. Tigger, you're so
Mr. Tigger, you're so slow. Funny as hell.
But see, this the stuff that we'll have when anybody else come out with this thing. Everybody gonna be looking at that person sideways. You feel me? This the type of thing when another situation where a woman is really getting abused and beat up and getting the shit beat up out of her, we're not gonna really believe her.
And that's one of the reasons why I had that question. Is like, is it boy who cried wolf with these domestic violence issues? Because
it's damaging. It's really damaging to people who's really out there getting abused and domestic violence. It's really damaging. Exactly. But every false one that comes up, it's really like, did you really get beat up, or did you fall down the stairs for real on your own? You pushed yourself down the stairs.
But this goes in the same vein as SA.
Yep.
I think, honestly, like, the women, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt regardless. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get the benefit of the doubt. And if you get, in a situation like this, or domestic or SA, the burden of proof is going to be on you. You got to prove that you didn't do it. So, I think that should be a caution for men, especially if you're not the type to, do that type of stuff, that you go out here and you pick and you choose wisely. Even your friends, you got to pick and choose your friends wisely. So, it goes back to that for me.
Much agreed, man. Much agreed. All right, so thank you guys for kicking with us. Share this with 2 people. Let them know that your favorite After Church podcast is live. Now we're gonna get into some more serious stuff. It's the main topic of today, and I'm sure we've all seen it. Where
Hold on,
Nolan will.
Spaces. Hold on, before you
Okay.
get into the serious stuff, I need to show people where we at. I need to show people where we at. See that? Can you zoom in? So 79, that's Jeffrey right there. I mean, we at Jackson Park, man. You know what I mean? We got homeless across the street. We riding bikes through here. You know, they're not shooting yet. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh shit.
All right, so we're gonna get into this the main topic with Nolan Wells and how this whole mystery case going on right now. He went on a trip with his friends to an island, and all of his friends came back, and he didn't. And his mother sent out the Life 360 alert. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but she found out that he was missing based off of that. And this whole thing is blowing up. And this actually attests to what Jerry Day was saying about, pushing the whole race war thing is what it's turning into from a lot of people's standpoints. But I got a couple videos I'm going to play, and then we'll.
Wait, you said she sent the Life 360 alert?
And that's how I don't know exactly how. I don't know exactly how Life 360 works. So
okay.
I know that is how she gained information about where he was.
We'll talk about that later, because I know exactly what Life 360 is, and if he'll be found if she pinged him on Life 360. Life 360 is on your phone.
And you're right. That's part of the conversation. So I'll play this couple of videos. We'll get right back to that.
On your left.
Of a Mississippi teen. The body of Nolan Xavier Wells was recovered on Monday, days after he vanished during a boat trip with his friends to an island off of Mississippi. It's part of a national seashore known for its beaches. The 18-year-old's family is now searching for answers. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has the story.
After an intensive days-long search, police say they found 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells' body Monday near Horn Island, roughly 10 miles off of Mississippi's Gulf Coast. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office says he was last seen on the island around 3 p.m. on July 4th after taking a boat trip there with friends, but he did not return with the group. His mother reported him missing that night. 2 days later, he was found dead on the island's northwest corner.
There was guys that looked like they were in law enforcement attire standing on the beach, and then I could see what looked to be a body laying on the beach.
Brian Trasher is with United Cajun Navy, a volunteer organization that helps search for Wells. He said people told him there was a strong rip current coming off the island on the 4th.
If you're not suspecting of it or you don't know about it, even if you're a strong swimmer, you could be swept off your feet and carried out a couple hundred yards before you even have a chance to react.
In a Facebook post Wednesday, Wells' mom wrote in part, "Missing our Nolan so much every second of every day. This has been the worst time in our lives." Prior to his death, the 18-year-old was a student at Southwest Mississippi Community College where he played football.
These kids go to the island all the time. There's nothing out of the norm, man. It was just so heartbreaking, He had so much life ahead of him to live, man, and a bright future, and it's just devastating.
The sheriff's office is calling this an active investigation. And amid online speculation, they're also calling for anyone who has unedited photos or videos from that area on July 4th to come forward. They're also asking for anyone who may have seen or heard any sort of confrontation or argument or saw anything unusual to say something as well. Back to you.
All right, Skylar, thank you very much.
Okay, let me get this next one. 1 second. Oh, click the wrong thing. All right. Got it up here for y'all, and here we go.
Springs, Mississippi, is still reeling from the loss of a beloved community member, coming together for a peaceful protest to demand justice for 18-year-old Nolan Wells, just 1 week after he went to Horn Island to celebrate the 4th of July with friends and never came home. 2 days after that trip, investigators made the heartbreaking discovery: Wells's body found in the water offshore. His parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, telling GMA they want honesty and transparency and a thorough investigation into their son's death. Authorities say his friends claims Wells decided to stay behind on the island, but his parents say that wasn't his character. They also told GMA that when they retrieved Wells' phones, some texts appeared deleted and his Snapchat accounts were empty. Wells, a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College, was expected to be back with his teammates for preseason this week. We spoke with his head coach, Les George, who says the team is devastated by the loss.
We had a team meeting that evening. Everyone had moved into the dorms and settled in, and we didn't talk about football. We just talked about how the most important thing right now is that we're here for each other, and make sure that we had counselors in place for them.
Now, Nolan's parents have now flown his body from Mississippi to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy with help from former NFL quarterback and activist Colin Kaepernick as they await results as protesters call for answers. The Jackson County Sheriff says the investigation is ongoing and welcomes that independent review. Gia?
And those parents really want those answers. All right, I thank you so much.
All right, so I don't have any particular questions at the moment for you guys. Just what are your thoughts about the whole situation so far?
I'll let Maul go first.
There's a lot of questions need to be answered. It's a lot of questions still need to be answered. And the first one is, how did you get his phone? What teenager you know let go of their phone? So how did you get it? How did his phone get back to shore on the boat with y'all, but his body didn't, or he didn't? That's a huge question. A huge question. Because like I say, in these days right now, what teenager goes anywhere without their phone? And then it's another thing too, where I've heard this, and I don't know if you can look it up or not, but it's some called like the Mann Act or some type of act to where it's like what we got. It's like you leave with us, you come with us, especially on a boat or something like that, where if they came on the boat with you, you have to make sure that they have a ride back to work with you, or you're relinquishing their well-being to another boat that's going to bring them back to shore where you got them from. It's some type of act, I think, about that.
Almost like leave no man behind type.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know what it is particularly. I know I might be chopping it up, but we got that in our own community where like we leave together, we come back together. You don't come back, I don't come back. That's just how we go. But it's some type of law about that, about boats. I don't know exactly what it is. So if that's a law or whatever like that, whoever them kids or them teenagers was, they should not be at home. They should be still in jail till they get answers.
And that's the thing. I don't even think, there's maybe suspects, or I don't even know if they're suspects. Like, they're trying to rule it as a suicide, no?
I don't know what
I haven't heard one way or the other what they're trying to say.
Okay. Well,
right now, I hear it's just an open investigation.
Yeah. I mean, from what I heard is like, if he was supposed to get a ride or ride back from, or get on another boat and miss that boat, let's say he missed that boat, it's not rational that a person would swim 10 miles. That's not something rational a person would do.
Oh, okay. I was about to say 10 miles is crazy.
Yeah, the boat ride. I mean, the ride from the hey, good morning. The ride from the thing is 10 miles. The ride is from mainland to the island is 10 miles. So that's not something rational a person would do. If anything, I guess, given that the Coast Guard or whoever they patrol it, you just catch a ride in the morning or whatever. But it's not. That wouldn't make sense for, even if you're a strong swimmer, as they say. You're a strong swimmer. Why would you swim 10 miles? Who the fuck are you?
Right.
And in this situation, I know people are trying not to make it racial, but it seems like because this isn't the only situation that we've had, previous in years. And it seems like a lot of times Black people are the only ones, who come up missing like this. So you go out with a whole group of, said white folks, and then the only person not to make it back is the Black one. Right? It was a situation in Idaho where Black guy, he goes up there, he had a white girlfriend, goes up to Idaho with his girlfriend and family to go river rafting or whatever. And he's the only one that didn't make it back. Right? You got the Black girl who went over to a sleepover or slumber party, whatever, and they claim she fell out the window drunk. Like, this is starting, this is a pattern. This is a pattern here, but I'm not sure if there's if there's the opposite of that, where a white person to go out, with a shit ton of Black people, and they don't come out, they don't make it back. Does that happen? Are they getting news about that?
I was just going to ask that question too, like if they can do a poll or something of how many come up missing versus one versus the other, and like you say, every day too, like people always say you bring race into it, but what's the two things this country built on? Race and fucking money.
Right.
You can say whatever you want to say. You can say, oh, y'all are, nigga, this country is built on race and money. Motherfuckers need to quit being so, no, be politically correct, and even if it hurt people's feelings, it is what it is. Be the truthful. This country is built on race and money. That's it. Those are the two things. And we want to sit up here and we want to always kind of say, oh, well, it ain't got nothing to do with race. It ain't got nothing to do. Yes, the fuck it do. We just try to brush it under the rug all the fucking time. It do. And until we admit that and be truthful, then we can move on and we can start fixing some of these situations. But motherfucker want to always sweep shit under the rug like this country is not built on race and money. That's the two things at the top of the board. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it might become money might be the top. Sometimes it might be your race might be at the top. But it's one of those two things. And until we have honest conversations with everybody, I mean every race, every demographic, man, woman, child, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and be honest. Be straight up honest about this is what this country is on. Then we can start to maneuver and maneuver through whatever we need to maneuver through and learn how to play the game. But until people start being straight up honest and be like, hey, man, it is about money and race. Quit trying to act like you so innocent in this and innocent in no, it's not. It's not. It's not. And you can say, oh, well, y'all always, you can say that all you want to, and that's cool. You can act naive to it all you want to. But once you figure it out, you start to maneuver and you teach your kids how to maneuver through it, then you'll be better off and your family will be better off. It is what it is. Because I don't know no other family, right? And I'm being honest, that have the talk about that. If you got little Black kids, you didn't have the talk. Even though we move out in the suburbs and we do all this, we teach our kids how to maneuver through this. You the only Black dark kid over here. Act like you got some fucking sense. Don't give me no phone. I don't want to hear no phone calls coming. And if you don't got no kids, I don't want to hear shit you got to say about what talks I'm talking about. Because you don't know. Because I promise you, if you had kids, you didn't have the little talk before. You might not give it all at one point and give it all blunt and honest, no. And give more and more as they get older, yeah. But you didn't have a talk with your kids about when you move out to these suburbs and these neighborhoods and they got mostly, them color friends and stuff. So if people can sit up there and say, oh, he didn't, no, I'm being honest though. I've never told my son not to, have these type of friends and these type of friends. I just told them how to maneuver through it because they don't know and they so innocent and they get stuff put in their head. So I just want to give him the tools so he can always come back to me and his mother. But until, and I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face, until we have honest, brutal conversation about what this United States of America is built on, we ain't going to never get past shit like this. Shit like this going to keep happening.
Jay, what you got?
Huh?
I mean, outside of, just outside of what I said earlier. I mean, even if you take race up out of it, that's what people want to do. You can't tell me a rational human being is gonna say, "Let me swim 10 miles." Motherfuckers don't even walk 10 miles. You swimming 10 miles?
You see how he breathing? And he what mile you on, Jay, every day?
I think I'm probably on mile 15 or 17.
Watch, and I guarantee you, he finna go home, probably get him a shower. He ain't really doing shit the rest of the day. He chilling. And he riding 10 miles on a bike.
I ain't even close to the crib, man. I'm at Rainbow Beach Park.
And look, he finna probably put in 30 miles a day. And I guarantee you ain't got nothing else on your docket, do you, the rest of the day? It ain't no labor or nothing. I bet you chilling, right?
Yeah, it ain't no labor or nothing. Got something to do, but it ain't no labor.
But it's more relaxing, right?
Yeah, it's relaxing, man. I'm gonna be chilling, but
point exactly. When you get on there and you start working, you ain't got nothing else on the docket that you could be doing. It's a wrap. But it's just unfortunate about this situation. Like y'all say, man, it's gonna turn into what it's gonna turn into, and until we have honest conversation, because just like we said with the Metcalf situation, no matter what side of the frame you on or what side of whatever you on, it's still a teenager, still a kid. A kid is gone. We need to figure out what happened. We need to and hold everybody that has something to do with it accountable. No matter if it's other kids, other adults, whoever it was, whatever color they was. If they had something to do with this boy going missing and this boy dying, they need to be held to the most upstanding of the law. Even if your mother a judge, even if your mother got some power, fuck that. And that's the problem. Motherfuckers get power and they kids get to skate and all that other shit.
yeah, and then it doesn't help that this is Mississippi.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure.
This isn't the most liberal states or whatever. Not to say this shit don't happen in liberal states too, but because it do. But I'm just saying Mississippi is just that state that's known, for racism. That's like the spokesperson for racism. It's Mississippi.
So let me ask you guys a question. It's fully opinionated, and you don't have to answer if you don't want. What in your full-on opinion, because I'll give mine as well, do you think happened? Do you think it was a situation where, like I forget the guy's name, but he said like you can be on the shore and then be in the water sweeps you off your feet, and next thing you know you're X amount of feet away from the shore and all this stuff. Do you think it was a case of murder? Do you think it's a case of manslaughter? What do you think?
I think it's too many explanations and stories changing right now. You see what I'm saying? I think when it's again, there should be total investigation. But when you have, the kids lawyering up, the mother happens to be a judge. The boy is 10 miles away from shore. They take his cell phone. It's just too much thing. You know what I mean? It has, to me, there's probably some foul play in that. And I don't see any reasonable person not thinking that there was some type of foul play, right? At first they say, well, he said he was gonna get on another boat. Okay. Oh, and then the girl he was supposedly with said, well, he said he was getting back on the boat with the guys he came with. You see? So again, it becomes just a whole bunch of, well, he said, she said, everybody's pointing fingers. And so, right now, for me, everybody's suspect. And then they even said that, he got into some type of altercation or argument with somebody out there. It turns out, when the video is shown that he was kind of walking past, but the argument or altercation wasn't directed to him. So, yeah, it's questionable. Everything's questionable for me.
Ma, do you have any particular way that your mind is going in terms of what you think happened?
I don't know. I don't got no speculation. I don't know. I don't want to speculate about nothing. I just I don't know. But I know, like Jerry Day said, it's a lot of odd things. And the one thing that keeps sticking out to me is, how the fuck did y'all end up with his cell phone, but he's not with his cell phone? Like, why do y'all have this cell phone?
Yeah, talk about the Life 360 stuff. I'm not aware of it because I don't have it. So
Life 360 is a family-oriented app where everybody get on and everybody know their location. It's almost like Apple location, but it's an app. Everybody know their location. You can tell how fast your kid is driving, if they've been in an accident, just like what you call it. If it's a hard collision where the phone fly away over it, you can ping it, you can have it alerting and seeing what that. You can make somebody, you can hit it to where you telling somebody to call you because you don't know what's really going on. It's just a whole bunch of like, it's almost like a Find My iPhone type app, but it's like for humans or whatever like that. And if you say it pinged it, it only pinged the cell phone. It didn't ping where he was. Personally, unless they got a tip in them that somebody don't know about or something like that. But it just pinged and they had the cell phone. So she thought she found them because they had his cell phone. And I'm going to keep saying it to him blue in the face. And if anybody with some good common sense, well, you know, people like to say whatever. To me, with good common sense, why do y'all have his cell phone and he's not with his cell phone? Why do y'all have his cell phone and not him? That is a great question to ask. How did y'all end up with his cell phone, but he over there talking to a girl without a cell? How?
Let's see. Nelson Beauty said, my golden question is, who is the captain of the vessel? Per the captain, which is a great question. 45 minutes via boat ride, she says, and she said things were deleted from his phone as well. Jackson PD is asking the Wells family to turn over his phone.
45-minute boat ride, and they say he drowned like he's finna swim back. Okay.
Yeah, I've everything y'all saying, I agree with about it. I am fully up in the air. I am almost fully up in the air. It's definitely some foul play. I would even go as if I had to, in my full-on knowledge. No, I'm sorry, my full-on lack of knowledge about anything about this case. I think it's some sort of manslaughter situation. I don't know what to point it at. So don't look at me as one of the people that's online trying to formulate certain narratives or whatever the case, like what the police officers are saying about how it's difficult to really narrow down what's true and what's not. I'm not going to specify or speak on what I think happened, but I think in the end, once we find out the details of the situation, it's going to end up being some sort of manslaughter thing. That's the only thing that, I'm gonna say the only thing that makes sense, but that's the thing that makes sense to me. Because they didn't, well, maybe y'all heard it, I didn't hear it. They didn't say anything about his body being bruised in any way when they found his body. They said they're still gonna do the autopsy, which cool.
Right.
Can't wait for that to come out to get more information about it. Excuse me. I don't know, man. It's just,
and they didn't say they didn't say his body was full of water either. Like when they what is that? The Coast Guard or the park ranger, whenever they came up on him, they said that it wasn't like his body was, kind of like spongy almost. They said it was almost kind of like regular. Like somebody had been floating, but they weren't like in water for a long time, if that makes sense. I don't know the correct term.
So that means somebody threw his ass in there. If that's the case, what you just said, Jay, every day, and I'm just going off speculation and like common sense knowledge. If he drowned or something, wouldn't his body be spongy and full of water?
Are we losing Mo?
Yeah, that's what.
Or was it me?
You hear me?
I think
you don't hear me?
I hear him all.
You hear me, Spaces?
Okay, I hear you now. It was your screen cut off on me.
Okay, no, but I'm saying common sense knowledge. If somebody drowned, their body will be spongy and puffed up like a jellyfish or something like that, like a whatever type of fish, right? It'll be puffy, right? So
right.
if his body was just like you say, Jay, every day, just thrown and like just laying in there and it wasn't spongy enough, that means somebody killed him and threw him up in there, or somebody did something and put him in the water.
Yeah, they said. I mean, again, this is all speculation. This is what I'm just hearing, but. This came actually off the news, and they said that, his body was not spongy, but they said they did a circle of that area prior, and they didn't see him. And then, like maybe an hour or so later, then they see his body washed up ashore. So again, it's just a lot going on there. It's not making any sense. And I always would go back to, it's not rational for a person to say they're gonna swim 10 miles. That's not rational to me, bro. Unless you're some type of super athlete or something that, this is what you're going to do. And you're going to have a team of people kind of following you do that. Like the person who who swam across the English Channel. Right? He had somebody who had a lifeboat and stuff following him behind him. I couldn't imagine a regular person like, oh, I missed my boat. I'm just going to swim back. How the fuck that makes sense?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Everything y'all saying, I agree with. I want the fact that there's like the just like the thing we were talking about before Maul came up with the guy that they were fighting in the gym.
Are they fighting in the gym? I didn't see that part.
That was
we talked
the
about
first
that
topic
first.
we were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Long story short, it was a guy that two guys, a black guy and a white guy. The black guy tracked down the white guy. Black guy ends up losing the fight, and the white guy gets sentenced to jail.
Oh, you talking about that one who hit him with a weight or something? It was like he was on the bench about influencer and all that stuff. I didn't really see everything that happened about that. So what you said about what y'all was saying about that?
Just said to us. I'll speak for myself. To me, it's weird that the white man got, sentenced to prison when the black dude tracked him down. And the black dude, as far as I've heard so far, didn't get anything.
So wait, the white dude got sentenced because he was defending himself?
That's
Right.
exactly what we said.
There got to be some more to that story. That don't sound right.
I don't know, man. But as far as this Nolan Wells case, it's just another proliferation of the emphasis on a race war that's supposed to be, pushed across the media.
White motherfuckers can't just treat each other with kindness, even if you don't fuck with nobody. Just leave them the fuck alone. Like I really do not get it. I promise you, I don't understand it. Because if I don't like you that much, no matter what color you is, I ain't really got nothing. I don't want to deal with you. Period. I don't want to hurt you, harm you, or do nothing. I just don't like you. Stay over there. Like, I don't get the understanding of it.
I think a bit of the esoteric part of it is that that's kind of how nature is, though, where even in nature, it's always going to be one battle after another. You see what I'm saying? And given that we're humans, and we can think, and at least we should be thinking, but we're always going to have these little cliques and, sub cliques and stuff like that. I think that's just human nature. I mean, that's nature in general, where you're always going to get into it with somebody. You know what I mean? You think about the lions and the hyenas, they're always into it. Even if you look at Lion King, but even in real life, if you look at real life, they're always into it. Like, you're gonna have your enemy. Lions get into it with leopards. Lions get into fierce rivalries with each other.
Yeah,
bugs
lions
get into
it with lions.
Right, bugs get into it with each other. I mean, that's human nature, man. And as much as we think we're above, as much as we think we're above that, because we have these brains in our lives and we can think and we're supposed to critically think, I think that, we're still subject to, what nature is and what it does.
So I want to play this video. Oh shoot, I can't find the video. I can't find the original. But anyway, one of the things that I'm hearing, as people's response to this Nolan Wells situation, is I've heard it from two white people in particular, and these are people that are on social media, of course. They said, how do I say this? You should not be the one black friend in an all-white group.
Agreed.
And I've heard multiple people saying, it's basically saying if you're the one black friend, then you're prone to some sort of danger.
And white people said that.
White people said it, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and it sounds crazy when somebody black said it, because I feel like black people have been saying this for years. But At least somebody white said it. Hopefully now that could, get some traction. If the white man said, gotta be true. So, yeah, I totally agree. Like, what makes you feel so comfortable around, yeah, what makes you feel so comfortable to be around, you being the only black and be around everybody that's white? What makes you comfortable with that? I mean, and everybody may be well-meaning people, but like I always say, if there's 100 wolves outside and they say, well, they don't bite, I'm not trying to step outside to see which one don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
100 wolves outside. I don't know which one won't bite me. And the fact that maybe they won't bite, or it's only one that will bite. But will anybody step up and say, and point to the person or the wolf in this situation? Will anybody point to the one that did it? Who's going to be on my side if something like that happens? And stand up for me. So everybody there may not be quote unquote racist in the sense that they'll do something to you, but will they speak up for you if something happened to you, if somebody of the opposite race did do something to you?
Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Ever thought I would say no shit like this, but listen to what these white people is saying. They said, stop hanging with a group of white people if you are the only black person. The amount of Caucasian people I have seen get on this app in the last 24 hours and say, black people, please stop hanging with group of white people. Like, as an individual sole black person, you should not be the only black person in a group of white people. Has been astronomical. Like, I literally am scrolling in this one video after the other of Caucasian people telling us as African Americans, do not hang with a group of all Caucasian people if you are the only African American. This isn't about, oh, I trust my friends. This isn't about, oh, I've known them my entire, that's not what this is about. This is about history. This is about what we know, what we have seen, and what has been.
Well, I thought she was about to show some videos of them saying it, my fault. But there's another person. I mean, I've heard black people say it as well. I can pull up a video of a dude in his car right now that I'm looking, saying, say no to all white friend groups. Ma, what do you have on it?
To each his own. I don't got really no questions for it. Like, what I want to really say and all that stuff, you can't really say it right here. I might lose my job.
Well, I say, don't be the token black, man. Personally, don't be the token black. And that's from a person. That's from a person. I went to all white high school. Majority white. And even in situations like that, it was rare that I was the only black. And I thank God nothing happened to me. Not to say that something, I was suspecting anything, but because I wasn't where I am now in life as far as mentally. So, I was a young, kid. But so thank God nobody took advantage of me in this situation. But it's just, those are certain things. That's one of the things that you have to teach your child. As far as, especially if you have, just black melanated children. That, hey, this is something that you don't want to be the only black person there. Make sure you seek out and find somebody else black. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that they're gonna help you or something, but for me, it's like when you go out of town, right? And you in unfamiliar territory or something, and you bump into somebody else who's from Chicago, right? That feels good, don't it?
Yeah, because you like, oh,
good.
we know what's happening. We speak same
Right.
lingo. We on the same page. I know we trying to both get back home in Chicago, so we gonna help each other out because we Chicagoans. How they
Exactly.
say
It's almost a
it's-
unspoken camaraderie there.
Yeah, it's you know how they say it's Detroit versus everybody. It's St. Louis versus everybody. It's Chicago versus everybody. Bro, this is where we from. So and it just it goes back to again where a lot of people say, you know, it's a lot of skip people that say, hey, when we're in the city, I might don't like you. We might not fuck around, we might not be cool. But I'll guarantee you that other nigga that's from another city better not come talk about Chicago and talk about you, not in front of me.
Yep. And they
I
do
can
that
say
in jail.
that. I
They
can
do
say
that
that.
in jail.
Just like me. Nigga, I can say something about you in every day in spaces. But nigga, you better not say nothing. You better not fix your mouth to say nothing in front of me. First of all, I'm gonna check you off the rip, and I'm calling one of my homies. Hey man, this nigga was over here talking shit. You can ask Jay every day. Motherfucker was just playing. Not still. What happened to every day?
Yeah.
Got on their ass and went around the corner. Hey, this mother, I don't know if they playing or not, but you ain't for to be. I'm not the token black motherfucker you for to play with like that.
Right.
I don't know you. I know Jay every day, my brother. I don't know you like that. You cool, everything good and all. But hey, Jay every day, man, this motherfucker does this. Da 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 da. Jay every day say that. All right, cool. Motherfucker come back to me like, damn, I was just playing. You have to go don't play with me like that. I'm not one of them ones to play like that. I might look jokey, I might laugh at everything and all that. But shit'll get serious real quick with me. I hang a motherfucker out the motherfucking second room balcony with your motherfucking ankles in there. I'm one of them. Don't play with me.
My office hours are from 9 to 5.
To 5. I'm one of them. I'm not the biggest and baddest person on this earth. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm still not nothing to be played with. I don't play like that. But you're right though. And I try to, and we move out here to these suburbs and we try to give our people to talk, our kids to talk, and you try to, but your kids like who they like. They don't know no better. So you got to try to protect them from themselves sometime, and you try to not put them in those situations and all that other stuff. And it's like, to me, I don't have no problem with, you hanging with them, but as far as an overnight trip or going real far with them, I'm kind of skeptical on that. Like if you just hanging out at school and y'all just going to get pizza, y'all just going to the movies, y'all doing fun activities, okay, that's cool. But when you start talking about overnight trips and going way out of town and all this stuff, we gotta have a conversation about that. That's a conversation piece. That's not nothing we just gonna brush over that just that quickly. And I know people with kids and moving out to these suburbs, I know they know what I'm talking about. Like, it's cool for you to have the friends and all that stuff for the opposite, and nobody's saying that. It's just that people gotta fail to realize that they always say this black fatigue. They always say, black people are this and black people are that. What has history taught you? What has people going through stuff taught you? That's the reason why some of them are like that. So we can keep saying this all day, and sometimes it can be exhausting. Sometimes it can be motherfucker overusing shit. But we can't act like we don't got a past and it ain't history. We can't act like that.
Hey, I got a question I want to submit to you guys, and maybe I can answer it. People in the chat, I can answer. But you know how typically I only hear black people say this, and I hear black people say, you need to have friends from a different race or a different ethnicity. And Mama was like, the question is really why?
So wait, say it again, Jeffrey Day. I ain't quite hear you. Say it again one more time, please.
Okay. When they say, and like I said, I typically hear black people only say this. I don't really hear a lot of other groups saying this, but black people will say, you need friends, you're telling their kids, high school kids or maybe grammar school or whatever, that you need friends from another race. And I'm trying to figure out why, or another ethnicity. Why do you need that?
Oh, you hear black people tell their kids they need friends from another race?
Yes.
Oh,
I typically I've heard black people say that like, oh, you know what I mean? I've heard black people say that like, oh, you know what I mean? You need to have some black friends, and you need to have some white friends, or some Hispanic friends, and I'm trying to figure out why, because I mean, if you live life long enough, you know, to me, people don't necessarily have to be a friend, but you'll have experiences with people that aren't necessarily your friends. So why do you have to go seek out? Like, what are they providing that I guess a person that looks like you that you can't get from the person that look like you?
Oh, to me personally, I've never heard nobody around me or one of my friend groups or people with kids say that. But I wouldn't say that. I would say you just become friends with people who in the proximity of you. It don't matter if they black, white, Hispanic, candy stripe, and that you have in common with. Now, it's when you get older and everybody gonna be your friend when you in the sandbox. You always come home with a new best friend. But I always taught my because my son, he went from one school to another at one point, and he was like mad because he got his friends, and I told him, them friends that you so-called say your friends now is not going to really be your friends when you about to get married and you start having your own career and you in your own house and you get older. Y'all just saying y'all friends now. Friends become a test of time. That's how you know who your friends is. Time only will tell who your friends are. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You went through with somebody, what situation you is. Time and situations will tell you who your true friends really, really are. They can be Hispanic, they can be black, they can be white, they can be Cain and Abel, goddammit. They can be Jesus Christ himself. It's going to be time. It don't matter what you say. Time will tell who your truth, time and difficult situations. I ain't even going to say situations. I'm talking about hard situations.
And that's what I'm saying. As far as like seeking out, it's almost like a person is seeking out a person from a different ethnicity. And I just don't, to me, that's almost strange. It's like, why would you go intentionally seek out an Asian person to hang with or a white person? That's strange. And again, I've heard that a few times from black people.
Yeah, that's really strange. And I'm thinking when you say some stuff like that, you trying to get some knowledge or something. You trying to get some information. You trying to use a motherfucker. You seeking out some type of friends. Because I ain't seeking out. I've never been the one to seek out no friends. The shit gonna be organic.
Right.
Straight up organic.
Desiree said I was the only black friend growing up, and my white friends, protect me at all costs. We kill each other way more than they do.
Say it again. What's that?
What's good, Kamal? What's up, bro?
What's going on, Kamal?
We kill each other way more than they do.
She said, I was the only black friend growing up. My white friends protect me at all costs. We kill each other way more than they do. I think she's saying black people kill black people more than white people kill black people.
I got to disagree, Desiree. I got to disagree.
Are we talking about worldwide or are we just talking about here in the United States?
I would imagine she was talking about United States. I don't know.
Because don't everybody who you live by kill each other at a different rate? So, like, I don't like the black on black crime. Like, black people kill black people everybody who you live by, they kill each other. I believe if you look up all the races on races, the same white on white killings and all, it's the same. It's probably like the same goddamn percentage points, a couple percentage points off.
But that you're talking about.
I think it's economics, though, and I'm talking, but that's economics to a degree. I couldn't imagine you go to an affluent black neighborhood and they're around here shooting each other. I'm talking about straight up. This is a affluent black neighborhood. Do you have affluent black counties? Sure, right. But then a lot of times in those affluent black counties, you have some little hood spot that they then move some people over there. But I'm talking about like in an affluent black neighborhood, they're not killing each other. So I think that's an economic thing as well.
But I just think it's strictly on who you live by.
And your how you choose your friends. I mean, that's really how you choose your friends. Why would you choose your friends, the type of friends that would be, out to kill you? You can see the trajectory of your friend's life. you kind of see how they're going. You know what? Maybe I don't need to be hanging with them no more.
That's a fact, yeah.
Right? That's
And it's always a day-old question. When you know better, you do better. Because we all have been in ratchet shit, did ratchet shit, came up doing shit, the same thing that we'll be so-called criticizing people of doing right now. But guess what? We learned to do better, and we did better, and we moved away from that shit. That's why I don't like when people just start to just talk about other people about what they're doing. Yeah, we have some conversations about that, but just to straight shit on people like you ain't coming, like you ain't got a little bit of ratchet in you. Nigga, ratchet is a little bit fun. I don't try to hear what you're talking about.
Ratchet a little fun.
But at the same time, too, it's a time and a place for it as well. So I agree with that.
Yep, I agree. It's a time and a place for ratchet.
Yeah, but at the same time, we can't act like we didn't all come from somewhere and we all didn't have the little money or the money saved up and have economic and get a little bit of paper and stuff now and where it changed your whole trajectory of your life. Everybody didn't came from somewhere. And some people might have came and had a silver spoon in their mouth and parents had money and some might others. But then when they learned and they learned to do better and they learned how to save their money, they learned how the economics and all that other stuff go, got a decent job, and then they start moving different. It is what it is. But don't act like we all didn't come from somewhere, though. Come on now.
No, I think when it comes to that, and going back, when you first asked the question, Jay, every day, I was like, when you said, why do black people tell black people that they need a white friend? I was like, I didn't understand how you were asking the question. So I was thinking because they're gonna come across white people at some point. But when we mined out the question a little bit more, I've heard comedians say that. I don't think I've ever heard anybody in real life, because Cat Williams in his Pimp Chronicles, he said you gotta have a white friend,
this is real life. I've legit heard people say it, and even to the point that you're gonna come across people. I get you're gonna come across all types of people, right? But that's almost like Obama saying, well, you're gonna need a gay person, a gay dude, and a gay teacher, or some a gay male figure or something in your life. Nigga, why? Nigga, why? And so
to seek it out, to seek it out is crazy.
Like, why would I go seek that out?
To seek it out, However, also to shun someone and stop them from being your friend because of their skin color is also crazy.
It could be, it could just be cautiousness. I think, in this society, we're too accepting of people. These days, I think you kind of, especially black people, I think black people are thirsty to have, friends from other ethnicities, which is fine. I think you should, not you should, but I think it's okay to have them. If you're around them, it's okay to have them. But, don't just try to accept everybody just because, this person's white or Jewish or whatever. Like, judge them, of course, like Martin Luther King said, by their character. You shouldn't even want every black person to be your friend.
Right. There was something y'all was saying before you asked that question. I forget what it was I wanted to respond to, but when it comes to these people and bringing and people being the only black person in the friend group or whatever, that has I think that has everything to do with where the parents chose to live, right? Because where the whole Carmelo Anthony situation happened, that happened in a 97% white community or district or whatever it was. In order for them to be, go ahead, my fault.
I was just pinpointing so people kind of get an idea. It's on the coast of Mississippi. Is it? What's the name of the town? But I think it's like 90%. Is this like 7%?
For this situation or the Carmelo Anthony situation?
Oh, Carmelo, my bad. I'm thinking you're talking about even for the Carmelo Anthony situation. I think it was still like 7 or 8% black. And in this situation, it's like that town is like 7 or 8% black.
And this is why I disagree. So Kamal said don't ever be the only black person in these social settings. And that's what we're talking about right now, right? Because I mean, you can type into Google people saying don't be the only black person, whatever, and videos will come up. I've heard black people. I was listening to a video while we were talking about a black person saying it. I've heard white people say it. My issue is this is where these people live. If they live in a absolute majority white county, what is supposed to happen? Go to an absolute majority white school. What is supposed to happen? And like I don't think we should not highlight. I don't think we should necessarily attach certain narratives like this to this situation because unfortunately, yes, a lot of situations happen where a black person, Jay Day mentioned about 3 of them. This one, like 2 more, where a black person was the only black friend and the black person were hanging out with their friends. Everybody went home except the black person. I don't disagree with that. I'm not denying that at all. I weigh majorities. Majority of the time, that don't happen. That's all I can really say. It's like I have to ask, what is supposed to happen if somebody lives in a predominantly white neighborhood, predominantly white area, predominantly white city? Just stay in the house?
You know what? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I mean, like, okay, if you're a black person going to a predominantly white school and you play sports, the people that are on your sports team some people somewhere are gonna become your friend. So, but go ahead. That's all I got.
No, I think in weighing majorities though, because a lot of times, like you just said, if you weigh majorities, a lot of times we talk about the minority of everything though. That's what makes them news. So if we're talking about black people killing black people, well, that's the minority. That's not the majority of black people, and that's not majority of what happened or what happened. I just rode my bike through some of the toughest neighborhoods in the city. Just rode through there. That's not what's happening. Niggas is not outside shooting, at least right now. You know what I'm saying? It might happen a little later. Once the oil get in them. But so what I'm saying is that this is what we focus on is the minority of the information. We talk about, and I think it's really incumbent on if you live in a predominantly white area and your kids are black, well, it's incumbent upon you as a parent to still instill and let them know that, you can't put your guards down, because that's what happens. What I see is that because you're black and you're in a predominantly white area, that you put your guards down in regards to the type of people that's around you. You still got criminals and criminals or predators or whatever, and all walks of life, all races. So I think, when you live in a suburb, there's different type of dangers. You may not be faced with the overt, motherfucker pulling out a gun on you or whatever else that you may think of. But, they have their issues definitely out in the suburbs, especially with drugs, right? A lot of the things in the suburbs, they get covered up, or you don't hear it. It doesn't make the news. Or if it does make it, makes some type of little local newspaper, right? Everything becomes hush-hush. So, I mean, those are the things that you gotta especially teach your kids when you're out in these type of neighborhoods and you move, expecting, a better life for your kid, but you also just kind of gotta watch them even in that regard.
Fa said it's like 30 times higher a chance. It's like at 30 times higher chance of
it don't even matter. It's not
boy
even.
being
It's
killed
not
in a
even the
predominantly
majority.
black neighborhood.
It's not the majority.
versus
It's not the
a white
majority.
neighborhood.
It's
Young
not
boy
the
will say from
majority.
Mississippi than Chicago.
Don't matter. It's not the majority.
You're muted, Mo.
And
You
as much
said
as
that
we
Mississippi and Chicago?
we got all this Chicago talking, I'm riding my bike literally through this motherfucker.
What about Philly though?
All that Chicago, man. I mean, I know Chicago get the numbers and You know, people like the
Yeah, don't
rag.
Philly get numbers too? Don't Philly rack up numbers too?
No, I'm talking about the numbers as far as people talking about it. I'd be curious.
I think, you know, I hope that the details about this situation come out sooner than later. These things, unfortunately, take way too long a lot of the times. It could be people finding evidence. It could be people hiding evidence. It could be people altering evidence. It could be just how long it takes to find evidence as it pertains to how this situation goes down. I can say that I am happy that this came to, you know, to the public sooner than later, because sometimes we you know, a situation that's 5 years old, 10 years old, we hear that like the investigation has been going on for this amount of years, and the first time the public is hearing about it is 10 years later. So at least I can giving a little bit of credit to the masses. Everybody knows about this. Everybody who's on social media, YouTube or whatever, knows about this. Okay.
Washington Park, man. Do your homework on Washington Park, man. They ain't shooting around here yet. You know what I'm saying? I know the narrative. Like I said, I live out here. I be knowing.
Yeah, man. Well, I have one more thing to talk about, but we can close it down today. I'll save that for next week. You guys got any final thoughts on anything?
No, man. You know, I just you know, whatever it is in regards to Carmelo Anthony, in regards to him, man. I mean not Carmelo Anthony, but Nolan Wells.
Nolan Wells.
I just pray that whatever it is justice for him and his family. You know, because like I said prior, him drowning doesn't make sense. Like, you know, a person thinking that they're gonna swim 10 miles, that doesn't make sense. That's not rational. So, and that's it.
You got nothing more?
Yeah, just I agree with what Jay everyday said, and how people always just, you know, trying to not pinpointing nobody out, not saying nothing in particular to no one person, but a lot of people always say that, you know, it's a lot of black on black crime and black on black violence, and we don't have this same thing for, you know, when black people kill other black people. And I'm like, oh, you must not be looking. See, your timeline is full of bullshit, like you say everybody else's timeline is. Because my timeline is always about the No Kings March, and not the No Kings March, but, you know, put the guns down march, and all they always marching with Marsan and Tamika Mallory and all them always doing marches. It's a lot of marches with the dudes that be in the purple. Is it the purple shorts? The purple shirts in Chicago, Jay?
Yeah. Yep.
They always marching like that. See, but we don't see. That's why I always say we don't want to be real with the conversations that we have, and we don't want to admit that we're wrong. And our timeline is just probably full of some other shit. Because my timeline don't see everything all the time too. But I got an open mind to seeing if your conversation is what it is, we can go back and forth. I'm not just gonna say I'm totally right. But people love to say, oh, they don't have the same energy when black people. Yes, the fuck they do. They march in Chicago all the fucking time. All those pastors and preachers are always marching, always out there, always talking to the community. Even though what they do sometimes go on deaf ears and it might not looking like everybody listening, they still be out there marching and preaching. They do. But you always got people that's not from here, and I don't want nobody to go any particular thing to say what's going on in Chicago. When you're not here, you don't know. So it's really starting to just irritate me that everybody has always got something to say that, you know, Chicago is just the Wild Wild West. We out here just killing each other. No, it's not. You have a lot of black men out there marching every day, telling them young niggas to put the guns down. You have a lot of them out there telling all types of walk of life. You just have it out there. But don't act like another person said last time. We condone. No, we're not. It's people out there marching on a regular day basis every day. But, you know, you're going to fall to deaf ears and you don't want to have that conversation. You want to act like just what you see on your timeline is just all true. And that's why I always say, let's have brutal, honest conversation, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't like what's coming out of somebody else's mouth. But, you know, you ain't going to have that. You're going to just have them just spewing out whatever they heard from another podcast and they not really in that city or something like that. You're just going to have them spewing out that shit instead of them really being out in the streets, or instead of them really being in Chicago, instead of them really walking around. I can't tell what happened in Detroit. I'm not fucking there. I don't know. I don't know what happens in all these other major cities, Mississippi. We just going on what we know and what was put up here. But don't keep coming trying to use Chicago as a scapegoat and just sound about like we don't even say that Chirac shit. That's ignorant people that say that. We say Chicago. But, you know, we gonna sit up here and, you know, act like, you know, oh, they don't know nothing either. They just trying to protect. No, we're trying to protect our city because that's not everybody here. That's a little snippet of a group of motherfucking ignorant ass little young ass boys out here doing what they doing. But I can't just keep going. I'm not just gonna keep letting people just use us as the scapegoat because they don't stay here. They don't know. So start asking people. I'm not gonna say something about somebody else's city if I don't ask them. I don't know because I don't live there. So I'm gonna ask you. That's all my thing right there.
I think let's see. Let's go back to some of these. I'm gonna roll through these comments real quick. Come on, they better figure out or just gonna keep happening. I don't know what they can figure out. I live in San Diego. I'll figure out where my black folks is at out here. Okay. There's a Ray talking to Kamal. Five Brown said it's like I said that already. This people talking to each other really. Five Brown said can't say it don't matter. Jay, he asked Kamal said, are y'all from Chicago? I've never actually lived in the city. I lived in the surrounding suburbs.
Yeah, I lived in the city when I was younger, and I went to high school in the city, but I lived in the outer suburbs and the outskirts of the suburbs. But I'm always in Chicago when I go to do a lot of things and go, you know, whatever. But I'll stay in the outer suburbs closer to my job.
Well, I'm everywhere. I'm a fourth or fifth generation Chicagoan. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm out here, right? I'm at Washington Park right now. And to Maul's point, you know, was it Friday? Friday, they were doing a march over here on the opposite side of the park. So I'm on the east side of the park. So on King Drive, they were doing a march over there on 56 and King Drive. As I was riding my bike, you know, they hit the news and stuff. I'm not sure if it made the news or anybody's news clipping or whatever, but it was news out there. You know, Spaces just went to what was the thing, Spaces? The
Chosen Few DJs picnic.
Chosen Few DJs picnic, right? I'm pretty sure nobody was shooting, at least at that time. And again, you know, when shit get dark outside, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, there's a whole different type of environment, right? Because people get to drinking and some more shit, right? So you just kind of got to pick and choose and know your environment. That could happen almost anywhere.
But,
you know,
but
that's
also,
like,
no, go ahead. No, because I just want to interrupt you and say, but see, people didn't hear about that on their timeline. You see what I'm saying? So you can't say just because you didn't see it on your timeline and you didn't see it in your news, it's not happening. It is. Mm-hmm. It is. They march all the time. I just say every day stay in the heart of the fucking city. Yeah. Am I lying?
No, that's what I said. They was doing it last week. I mean, on Friday. But even then, man, you know, and a couple of things I've seen is that somebody will bring up, in Jackson, Mississippi, 100, let's say 98 out of 100 black people were killed by black people. You know, and it's almost it makes it sound like white people are saying, well, we can't have this one. We can't have these few. Right? That's what it comes across. It's like basically almost like you niggas is complaining about you niggas us killing one of y'all, but you niggas don't complain about y'all killing y'all. And I think
that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it comes off to me as. And I even hear black people almost sounds like that too, where it's like, well, black people kill each other. No fucking duh. We know that, right? We know that. We live in these communities. Right? We know that black people killing black people. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing new under the sun, right? We just calling things out. So you basically saying until we get a hold on black people killing black people, it's okay for other groups to be killing black people. That's what we basically saying. That to me doesn't even make fucking sense. That's not rational either.
That was a good point. That was a good point. And to that regard, I think they can retort and say, what about the 99? Why are you worrying about this one?
Well, everybody's worth something, right? So to say,
Yeah.
well, not why you worried about this one is to me not reasonable or not rational. And I can almost guarantee you, and somebody probably going to jail behind those. You know what I'm saying? A good chunk of those solved murders. I mean, those murders. There's a good chunk of somebody's gonna go to jail, right? And all I'm saying is it should be justice across the board, regardless if it's a black on, quote unquote black on black crime. If it's a white on black crime, it's a black on white crime. Somebody should be going to jail. That's the point. Not, oh, you guys be killing each other. You should let us have this one, or you should let us have the ones that we have. And you know what I'm saying? The niggas is co-signing the dumb shit, right? That to me is dumb. I'm pretty sure we've all either known somebody or personally within our life had somebody killed by gun violence, right? And as a black person, we know that. So we know that the possibility of that happening. And that's unfortunate. But I'm also not gonna be like, okay, yeah, well, if I know somebody, man, my friend, they went out there on the boat, with a group of white folks and they killed them, man, but that's they won. They cool, you know what I'm saying? Because we gotta get this we gotta get this black on black violence together. That's just stupid. Get the fuck out of here.
Finish this up real quick. Myself, Five Brown said, "Ma, you making my point. In a black neighborhood, a black boy is way more likely to be killed than in a white neighborhood. This isn't a Philly versus Chicago debate." And Nelson Beauty asked me, "Ma, you want to respond to that?"
No.
Oh, okay. Nelson Beauty asked me, "Spaces, if God bless you with a son, please, please. What's one thing you would inform him when he reads about this?" I would say, I would inform him, like, be aware of your surroundings, especially when it comes to a situation when you're at a beach. According to one of the videos that people are floating around, they were at a beach and an argument was ensued. Be aware of your surroundings. You have when you get into these situations and you're going overseas, and not overseas, but you're crossing bodies of water. It's just generally an unsafe situation. And at the bottom of it all, of course, I want you to come home. Your mom wants you to come home.
Facts.
They don't care if you come home or not. In fact, as it pertains to this situation, they tried to hide the fact that you went missing, according to what the evidence is showing, according to what his mom said, because his mom, I saw a couple videos of her talking. She was saying that he would post on his socials all of the time. So for it to be a narrative to where it looks like things were being deleted out of his phone, people will do whatever they need to do to cover themselves and will leave you hanging. So you need to reevaluate the situation and see, all right, this is where intuition actually should be within you. Analyze the situation and jump back and say, all right, am I going over here because I want to have fun? I'm ignoring my intuition and saying that, and my intuition is saying to me that this isn't safe? Because if you're feeling unsafe, then you probably shouldn't go. And at that point, I think they said he was in college or at least 18 years old. So it gets to a point where
freshman in college.
Yeah, freshman in college. So at that point, they doing all of the stuff a child at that age can do whatever they want to, as long as it's not legal, as long as it's not illegal, or whatever. I won't be able to watch your every single move your moves as much as I can when you were in high school, when you were in grade school. I had better access to you. Now you're going to be making moves wherever it is that you want to go. You could go to Africa a whole weekend, and I could possibly not know that. And if it's coming out of your pocket, I can't stop you. But at the end of the day, I want you to come home, and you got to evaluate these situations and I would bring up other situations like J Everyday did and say, look at these situations. Every time in these situations, it was a group of white people and a black person didn't come home. And it looks like every time these situations happen, the white people cover themselves up. All of them just turn it back to the whole situation, act like nothing happened. So that's what I would say to him, Nasty Beauty. all in all, you got to be safe. And if I had to say, I would rather you not go.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen because you can't live in fear. Even though we want to, as parents, we want to do that. We can't live in fear. And I'm gonna put a little more spin on yours spaces too. When they get in high school, it's gonna be a little bit more that they out your sight too, because they're gonna be always in sports. They're gonna always be at school. They're gonna always start. They're gonna get a little more freedom now. They're hanging with their friends. They're smelling themselves.
Right.
They're gonna be outside a little bit more. So you just gotta hope and pray what you've been telling them and all that stuff you've been talking to them, they've been listening. I told you every day this every time. When my son leaves my sight or when he's going out the door and because he drives now. Be safe. Don't do nothing stupid. I want them to be some of the words in his mouth every time. So every time he's finna make a decision, oh, Pop said don't do nothing stupid. I gotta watch this.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah. And real quick, I just want to, point out, even though nobody's been charged, I just want to, kind of go on record saying that Nolan Wills is the victim in this situation. You see what I'm saying? Because, I feel like we got to treat him like the victim in this situation. Just as if, it were the Carmelo and the Austin Metcalf situation where you want to treat the victim kind of with some respect. We also need to have some respect and treat Nolan Wills with some, instead of asking, because I've heard different things. People, well, what was his attitude like, and so on and so forth. And, I've heard just different things and different narratives. Treat the victim. He's a victim. He's the person dead. Treat him like such.
All right. I think though our last individual comments account for the mesh this time. Yeah, we all was spitting some bars.
Hey, read that last comment by your boy.
Kamal said, "Every person I meet from Chicago has been upstanding citizens to me. Nothing but love."
Absolutely.
But see, people don't say that though. You feel me? It's all gonna go about the Chirac shit, and we out here murking and killing shit all the time. But people don't say that shit though, right there. You feel me?
Yeah. All right, y'all. Great conversation. Oh, you know what? This is the last thing. What do y'all think about them hiring Ben Crump as their attorney?
That just blows me all the time. That really pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
For me, it don't make a difference. He's not a criminal attorney. He's there to make sure that if anybody is there, that there's negligence, he's there to collect that type of check. He's not there, right? So, no, that's legit. That's legit. That's legit. If there's some insurance involved, if there's negligence involved, then that's the type of lawyer that you do get. Right?
He's gonna find it.
He's not. That's not up to him to be the criminal lawyer. He's there for if anything that's negligent, and I think people think he's a criminal lawyer, and he's not.
Steven Jackson called him an ambulance chaser.
Yeah, Steven Jackson need to just be cool. He be checking in on old block. You know what I'm saying? I ride my bike through there. I don't check in. Talk about no Steven Jackson.
Hey, you right though. But this funny. Nigga 40-something, 50-something plus still checking in. It's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta check in. This ain't what this ain't even that type of city. This ain't even no Big Brother type of city, boy. Shit.
You can still check in with them and a motherfucker go ahead and do it to your ass, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Kamal, he asked earlier, do we drop the link for people to join? Yeah, we normally do, but it's a time restraint today, and we normally try not to go past 2 hours. So, but next week, if you're down, if the guys are cool with it, we can drop the link if you want. If we're talking about something that you want to pull up on us.
Yeah, we can do that. We always say we can come in, let motherfucker come up and get 5-10 minutes or whatever and give their opinion. But you know how you got to do this like a funeral. Hey, boy, you got a hard 5 minutes. Motherfucker get up there and tell a whole life story like at the funeral. Hey, boy, this ain't that type of party. We got to keep the shit moving. We got shit to
do. So I just Googled real quick, what type of attorney is Ben Crump?
Mm-hmm.
It says Ben Crump is a prominent civil rights and catastrophic personal injury attorney specializing in wrongful death lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's nationally recognized for representing victims of police brutality, hate crimes, and systemic injustice, including the families of Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor.
Yeah. So
he's supposed to be chasing ambulance. This is what he's supposed to do. That's his fucking job.
Hey, so he the top dog law of civil rights.
Yeah. Call the foes. Call the foes. I don't know if y'all seen the billboard.
Hey, boy, that's crazy. That's crazy right there on that house. That's crazy.
It's like calling phones.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for kicking with us. This has been another rendition of your favorite after church podcast, the No Key Podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, Kings. I've been your man, Spaces.
Hey, man, I'm out here in Washington Park, man. It's J every day.
Hey, I go by your boy Maul, man. We love all y'all. Meeting the journey.
Yeah, salute.